All right, welcome guys. Sean here with BlueRidgeSilverhound, and we got the Monday market report, this time for week ending July 10th, 2022. So this is a video I do about every Sunday night, Monday morning. It really depends on when I drop it, I guess. But this is the video I do every week where we talk about some of the most relevant graded post-1900 modern coins that have sold for the week. And the reason why that I do this every week is to show you guys some of the coins that are being targeted week in and week out. Okay, and then furthermore, you know, we have to talk about the white elephant in the room, and that's going to be the registry set, which has been something of a little hot topic of debate because the coins in question are ridiculously expensive. We have one coin on the list week that is worth a conversation. It's a coin unlike any other. You wouldn't even think you know how new this thing is, that it would be worth so much money, and the rarity factor alone is going to blow your guys' mind. It did me, because when I started doing some data gathering and some research, come to find out that there aren't too many of this one particular coin graded at all. All right, so that's kind of strange and weird, but we'll get there when we get there. Don't you worry. But aside from that, we have a pretty stacked list of coins, all coming from greatcollections.com. This week they do weekly auctions, all coin currency based, and they are one of the top auction houses out there today. All right, they're gaining some pretty massive market share from eBay and some of the other big-time auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers. I think they are firmly like top two. Number one, probably eBay, you know, but they're not known for just selling coins and auctioning those off. But all in all, you know, one of the better outlets out there if you're looking to add something to your collection that is noteworthy or a trophy. All right, go ahead and check them out. Greatcollections.com. But also, if you have some pretty nice high-end coins you're looking to move because you just need the money, or you have no place in your home or collection for them, always give them a shout out for a consignment check and see where everything is. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into to the goods this week. A lot of good stuff as usual. And then, you know, we're going to start it off with one of my favorites. I know I always say that when it comes to the 1995 DDO Lincoln Memorial Cent, but I'm telling you, this can be both a bargain coin and a very expensive coin, but you got to know exactly where that kind of line is drawn in the sand to differentiate each side of the value perspective. This one right here is a PCGS Mint State 68 Plus full red. So it shows DDO. It's even CAC stickered as well. So it's showing all the good stuff. 68 plus is the grade to be at if you're looking to make more than your average bear. All right, 67s and 68s, you know, typically those kind of grades command anywhere from $75 to as high as $150. But when you get to the plus designation, this is not the top pop grade for this particular variety, but it is up there. I believe 69 is the top grade. But this one right here ended up selling for $1,068.75. You know, proving once again that you know, the secondary tier of grades of a lot of the popular varieties are always being looked at for consideration. And, you know, it's going to be about a 25% conversion from being just a spectator to one person that would actually throw a bid in. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be the top grade to be worth the money. You know, things like this certainly worth a look as well. All right, the next one that we have here is the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Cent. This is indeed a proof strike that shows ultra cameo contrast. It's got some pretty decent frosted devices on the coin, which is not really something you see on these 1950s proof coins. You just don't see them. You know, they're like less than 1% of the entire mintage run for a lot of the coins, you know, not just the Lincoln cent, but all of them are going to exhibit some of the cameo or ultra cameo devices. Now, this one right here is not what I consider to be, you know, the premier piece. It does have some milky whiteness, you know, on there, probably coming from the original mint packaging that it was held in. But you can't really argue with a decent graded NGC Proof 67 red showing ultra cameo on the label as well. This one ended up selling for $2,306.25. All right, we have a couple really nice spicy Lincoln Memorials, a couple really nice early dates. We have a 35S here. This one is a PC, or actually an NGC, sorry about that. NGC graded Mid-State 67 red. And, you know, again, it's going to fit into a registry set. That's really the only reason why you would buy this. This one ended up at $1,582.49. So really not a whole lot else to talk about. Again, you would never invest in coins like this for yourself if you're not participating in the registry set program through both NGC or PCGS. There's just not really the value there because, you know, these type of coins are being graded every week. And as more of them enter the population at varying grade levels, that's going to kind of dilute down the overall value in time. So I've seen that on a number of coins. The 63D Lincoln Cent is one such example, where for the longest time, a 67 grade never existed, and then now there's a number of them. So the next grade down, 66 plus, that used to be $1,000 to $2,000 coin, is no longer that because of that reason. More 67s exist out there. All right, the next one that we have here, I mean, this 31 is really nice. It's a really good looking coin for not being the key date S-Mint coin. Now, don't overlook the P and D mint marks of these coins because they are quite scarce in high grade mint state condition. This one is a PCGS Mint State 67 red, so this one obviously is going to have a home in a premier registry set of some sort. Very few folks would actually look at something like this and say, yeah, that's going to look good in my collection just as a type coin. You know, that's going to be a very small percentage. It's going to be the registry set folks. They're going to be gunning for something like this. This one sold for $1,976.62 is what it finalized at. And the final Lincoln, or final 1 cent denom on the list is going to be this beauty here. It's a 1926D. All right, one of your perennial tough kind of roaring 20s era of coins. These things were generally never saved in high grades. All right, a lot of them were used and abused during this time period. And, you know, finding one that even looks like this is a tough one. This one's a PCGS Mid-State 65 plus, showing full red on there. And this kind of like high-grade semi-key is end up being a, you know, a great addition to just about any type of application. This one sold for $5,287.50. Now, I haven't talked about this particular variety in quite some time, but I'm glad one sold. All right, so let's go ahead and chat about it. It's a 1971 proof Jefferson Nickel. Okay, we all know that these were produced at the San Francisco Mint. Therefore, it should have an S Mint mark, right? Well, in theory, it does. You know, all the other examples have an S Mint mark, but there were a number of coins that were struck on working dies. Somehow, some way, the S Mint mark was inadvertently left off of those particular set of dies. So they did strike a number of coins without the S Mint mark, and that's going to be the coin to look out for. Now, the 71 No S Nickel is a coin that people are still finding today. All right, same with the 1990 No S Lincoln Cent. Two incredible coins that people are looking at. All right. Or cherry picking. So this one right here is a Proof 68 cameo. The cameo is quite light on this one. I've seen examples without cameo on this. So this one definitely got a little extra bump because of the cameo contrast. This one ended up selling for $1,012.50. This is by far not the highest grade. I believe there's a proof 70 of this very coin out there that's worth many thousands of dollars. So always a good coin to be on the lookout for. Again, I'd like to say that nobody's really searching through proof sets, but that'd be a bold-faced lie. There's going to be a number of people that are interested in just looking through proof sets for some of the mainline varieties, from double dies to missing mint mark coins. There's a number of them, especially in dimes, among a few others. All right, our next nickel here is probably my least favorite in quite some time. I can't even believe it got a 5 full stepper designation, but NGC says it is. It's a Mint State 6553S. This coin needs no introduction. This is one of the scarcest coins to find in full steps, especially in grades that go up to like 66 or 66 plus and up. This one right here is showing all of its tells. A lot of general strike weakness, which was kind of par for the course back then. This one right here ended up selling for $3,150. If you're not in a registry set program, obviously there's better things to buy with that kind of money than this one. This one, however, is actually quite nice. I like this one. And most importantly, it's one of the big Cherry Pickers Guide varieties. This is a 1943 over 2 Jefferson Nickel, and they only show up on the P-minted types. All right, so this is a Silver Wartime crafted piece here. You turn the coin around, you see the big giant mint mark above the dome in Monticello, and that's going to be kind of like you're halfway home there. Now, go ahead and take a look at the date, you know. I'm not going to be able to get in close on these photos to show you, but you could always go on to like VarietyVista.com or DoubleTheDie.com to actually look at close-ups of what this one is. This is a very well-known variety, all right? This is not pulling wool over anybody's eyes. This is a heavily pursued coin in mint state condition. This one's a 67 with 5 full steps. That's just downright remarkable. This one sold for a very respectable $3,487.50. So, yeah, it's just a dynamite-looking coin right here. All right, so the next few coins are all Buffalo nickels, but they all are quite interesting. A few low-grade pieces, one really nice piece. So we have a 1936D Buffalo nickel with 3.5 legs. All right, so everyone's all hung up with the 37D. You know, 3-legged buffalo, sure, it's great. It's got a missing leg on there. But people tend to forget the 36D 3.5 legs is a thing in varieties. And oftentimes the 36D coin is going to be worth a little bit more money in certain grade levels than the 37D 3-leg. This one right here, you'll notice that the 4-leg right here, it's very weakly struck. If not, you know, a little bit of a braided die issue, like they over-polished that area when they were maintaining the dies at one point. This one is an NGC VF20, just a really nice kind of like decent entry-level grade for this particular coin. And this one sold for $1,265.62. Comparable 37D 3-leggers sell for right around here, if not a little bit less. Now, it's always a delight to see a marquee Buffalo nickel from the Angel D's toned set. This set has been around for a long time. And, you know, Angel D's, when they decided to split up the set and sell it on public auction, everybody was kind of waiting in the wings to see who and what and how much the coins would go for. They all went for many tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that sale was a while ago. I would probably venture to guess it's probably been close to a decade since the Angel D's set of coins, Buffaloes is what they specialized in, was eventually sold at auction. All right, so on occasion, you would see a few of these coins come back to the marketplace in any capacity. Here's one right here on a very extremely tough date. This is a 23S PCGS Mid-State 65 Plus. You can see it's even attributed to the Angel D's tone set Provenance, which will live in infamy as being one of the premier Buffalo Nickel collections ever, bar none. This one right here is sold for a paltry $10,125. No big surprise. A lot of these coins are either just really high grades or they're just really toned to the gills. I believe this is the final nickel, and it doesn't look spectacular, but we're going to go ahead and talk about it anyways because it's one of the chase-worthy overdates. This is a 1918 over 7, which only shows up on the Denver minted coins. Generally with these, you can see the flat-topped 8 and the half moon inner circle right here on the top of the 8 right there. Are a couple of the big kind of areas to look out for. You know, when they get to be a lot lower grade than this, they are next to impossible to attribute. All right, because there's really no other kind of pickup point on the coin to let you know that it is indeed the overdate. All right, so unfortunately, people have on much lower graded coins had done the acid nicodate deal, where they drop a bead of acid right on the date area to expose the date, and that kills the value of the coins. But people have found the overdate, you know, among a few others. So this one right here, even in this condition, is going to be wanted. It's a fine 12. You know, whatever. It's just a great coin on its own. Sold for $1,870.88. If you like to try your hand at a little cherry picking at a coin shop or show, this is generally the coin to look out for. You know, between this and the 16 double die obverse and the 1914 over 3, which was delisted a few years back, but people still love it, and it's still a very valuable coin if you could find it, are among a few of the coins to be on the lookout for. Not to mention a bunch of 2 feathers that will always become just a huge chase for Buffalo Nickel enthusiasts. All right, well, we were bound to get there eventually, but this is that coin that's going to linger on this particular MMR. All right, 1990D Roosevelt dime, PCGS graded mid-state 66, full torch or full bands, however you want to classify it as. I mean, real quick, okay, this thing sold for $2,643.75. Now, I kid you not, there hasn't been a Roosevelt dime past like 1980 that sold for this kind of money in quite a while. So this one immediately had a big old bullseye on it. And I did some research. I'm like, why did this thing in just a 66? It seems like just a really common grade, right? Numerically. I did some research. Come to find out, this is actually a scarce grade. Yeah, there's only one graded in the 66 full bands, but it is by no means the top grade. There are 2 other examples graded in 67 with full bands, and 1 other that graded in mid-state 64. A total of 4 known examples graded with full split bands across the whole board of 1990 Denvers, which is, it's crazy to me. So is this, you know, out of the many hundreds of millions of these Roosevelts that were produced, I mean, could they not get the strike correct to where it just really makes it hammered on a reverse? I don't know. But, you know, registry sets are gunning for things like this. A coin that realistically probably hasn't hit the public auction scene in years. And when it does, it's going to surprise you. Now, yeah, the coin could have gone a lot more in value, but we are talking about Roosevelt dimes here and not quarters or Lincoln cents, where there's a lot more, you know, upheld popularity with those series. Another thing to note, all right, a 1990 Philadelphia Roosevelt dime. There's only 1 coin graded across the entire board with full bands. And that's a mid-state 67 full band coin. That's it. So 1990 definitely had some things going on here with the production. And I never in my wildest dreams would I think that this particular one singular coin, out of all of them, and you could count in any other denomination, would be that scarce for a strike designation. But there you go, $2,600 freaking dollars for this thing. Again, I would say there's better coins and other things to spend that kind of money on, but again, I might just be lying to you, because this is obviously a big coin for a registry set that's probably been in a missing slot for a lot of folks. All right, now we're getting into what I like. All right, this is a 45 Micro S. All right, so this has the really tiny mint mark punched S mint mark on the reverse. This one is a beauty. You know, it's got the full toning array on there. Very original coin. PCGS mint state. 67 plus full bands is a dynamite grade for something like this. This one ended up selling for quite a price tag at $7,656.75. I'd love these, especially ones that are quite this nice. They're always a show when they're being bid up this way. A couple more really big premier Mercury dimes. I've been using the word premier lately, and yeah, it shows. The coins have just been out of this world. We have a 1929S, another big one here. Mid-state 67 plus full bands, a decade in which you don't see grades like this come through that often. It's also CAC green stickered as well. This one sold for $8,121.38. And then finally, we have a 1920D. I mean, throw this into the mix, all right, as another expensive dime. This one, however, is a mid-state 66 full bands. That's pretty crazy considering it's not anything higher than that. It's got the cat green sticker as well. This one sold for $8,718.75. All right, we're going to end off the MMR this week with a few quarters. All right, so we got this one here, which it's obvious why this one's here. It's got to be that toning, which there are a select group of people that love this sort of thing. Not for everyone, that's for sure, but if you have it, why hold on to it? Just go ahead and grade it, sell it, and reap the rewards, because toning has been undeniably hot for quite a while now. This one right here is the 56D NGC graded mid-state 67 plus. That looks solid. CAC certified as well. This one sold for $1,694.25. And here's a 36, not known for its wild coloring like the previous brother coin, but this one right here is just you know, a coin that's a very high grade specimen that's going to go into a registry set someday. 36 is a PCGS mid-state 67 plus, CAC certified. Again, such a beautiful looking example here. This one sold for $1,828.12. All right, the last two are some pretty nice coins. Now here's a variety that doesn't get talked about too much, but now it's going to be in the spotlight for just one day. This is a 1928S, okay, to really kind of hammer home some extra kind of added value. This is a good variety. It's an inverted mint mark S mint, all right? So you're going to have a much bigger ball serif at the top of the mint mark, top curl rather, that you do on the bottom. This, again, is a variety. If you're interested in knowing more about it, you could always go on to varietyvista.com. That's a, you know, a great variety website, among a few others. This one is also designated as the FS 501 in the Cherry Picker's Guide. Just a really big coin here. PCGS Mint State 65, 28S is generally a pretty available coin in mint state condition, where you're not going to pay an arm and a leg. Now with the variety, that kind of changes things a little bit. This one sold for $2,193 rather, at 74 cents. Yeah, the giant price tag, and you know, it takes a well-trained eye and to really know your varieties to pick something out like this. This is going to be a good variety for a long time. You know, those wacky kind of inverted mint marks are very popular. There's the 46S Lincoln Cent inverted mint mark that people love. So make sure you're looking out for these. And then finally, we're going to end it off again, like kind of, didn't we end it off on a 1916 Standing Liberty quarter last week? Well, guys, we got another one here again for you. This one is just straight up ungodly. I mean, how else can you classify a mid-state 64 version of this coin? This coin was well circulated too. So, yeah, very few of these were saved at the highest grades. This one is all original. You know, I'm not a fan of the toning or the actual eye appeal of the coin, but man, that speaks all original. Unplayed with, undoctored of any sort. This is just a good-looking, honest example here. Only, 52,000 pieces were produced, so it's quite scarce. That's why it's here. CAC certified. This one sold for $19,856.25. So that is how we're going to end it off on this edition of the Monday Market Report. Hopefully you guys got a few takeaways. You guys enjoyed this one. If you guys are catching this on Sunday night, hello. If you're checking this one out on a Monday morning, hopefully you guys have a wonderful week. All right. Enjoy your guys' summer. Keep on collecting however you see fit. It's a great hobby to just kind of like mentally escape into something else. That's how I use it for a little bit of a, kind of a wellness type of thing for me. I love coins. It's helped me keep, my mind off of other things. It's great. It's a great escape. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel and this video if you haven't done so already. Come check me out on good old Tickety Talk at BlueRidgeSilverhound. But that's going to go ahead and do it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I shall see you on the next coin video. So long.